What's up, guys? Big Cheds reaching out. You know I love you. Just thinking about you. Wanted to check in. You know, lots been going on. Holiday season, Bitcoin breaking down. You know, I thought I'd just touch base. It's been about 12 days since I've done one of these updates. I am, of course, a featured analyst, a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live, and I have to put a lot of my time and energy into that. And, you know, we'll definitely talk about that later. For those of you who are not familiar with Bitcoin Live, just to get the party started, I have to sneeze here. Sorry, guys. All right, that's pretty epic. You can find me on Twitter at Big Cheds. You can find my... Oh, I got to sneeze again. There you go, professional broadcast. You can find my good buddy on Twitter at Big Chonas. He's also on YouTube at Chonas Trading. He's a little bit more active than I am. I am on YouTube in terms of doing videos and stuff like that. Definitely check him out. He's also been doing some work at Bitcoin Live, which is really cool. I'll just bring it on the screen for those. Bitcoin Live, for those of you who haven't heard of it. We'll talk about that later, though. Anyway, let's get the party started. That's why you guys are here. So what's going on with Bitcoin? So I'm going to go real short view, and then we'll go big view, and we'll kind of jump back, right? So, and just as a reminder, I'm not an advisor. I'm just someone who enjoys crypto. I have a Japanese candlestick analysis background. That's how I approach things. I'm a volume trader. I try to keep my setup pretty simple. So Bitcoin's been breaking down, and we're looking, when's it going to bounce? When's it going to bounce? So we're looking at a couple things here. One clue is I'm looking at this middle Bollinger Band, guys. And most of you probably know the middle Bollinger Band is the MA20 because you watch my videos, you follow me on Twitter. I've noticed that, you know, when this precipitous drop started, you know, back just really this morning, the price has been unable to break this MA20, right? On all these little bounces, we've been rejected at the MA20. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. So anyway, at the MA20, basically it's been rejected. And if you guys have kind of noticed that, the price has been rejected here. So I'm just highlighting that. Of course, I'm using TradingView. And we're watching for a candle close above. And we're in this 15-minute chart here. We got 5 minutes left. We're potentially closing above the middle Bollinger Band here, but there's really no volume. So for me, this would be a weak signal. We also have stochastic to RSI top channel. So this could be setting up for a bull trap here. Be really, really careful. I mean, if you're watching this like I am, you might think, oh man, it's closing above the MA20. But I don't know. It just feels could be setting up for a trap here, given there's not a lot of volume behind it. We're kind of short-term overbought already. We do have this Bollinger Pinch as well to keep an eye on. So we're definitely going to monitor that. Let's kind of jump back to the big picture. And I appreciate you guys joining me. Definitely hit that like button on the video, or hit dislike if you don't like it. It helps when I search it. So I'm well known for having made a bad call on the weekly chart. I was out and front, and I said we've put in our low for the year, and we have bullish divergence, and yada, yada, yada. And that didn't really do anything for me. You know, we lost, the setup broke down, bottom line. So what are we looking for now? You know, am I going to stop trading? Am I going to stop charting? No. So what's our next level of significance? Okay, that's what's important. Now, short term, we're below the Bollinger Band here. Look at this weekly chart. Can you see any time when we've been below the Bollinger Band, like in sight here? Probably have to go way back, and we probably have to, you know, probably like 2014, I think, where someone was saying. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to point out right now, especially ever since we hit that 20K period, we have not been below the lower Bollinger Band. We are definitely oversold short term. We have a support area from the end of August, early September 2017. But, you know, capitulation is not always neat and tidy. We could very easily see this level, which has some clear significance. And why is that? Let's remove my old marks. So why is that significant? We have our peak from June that became support in September. So this level here, and even a few weeks beforehand, the price was initially rejected. You know, in May, a couple weeks later, it broke. You know, it was rejected again. 1, 2, 3, broke through. 4, kind of at least 3 or 4 contact points, versus right here, it's really just one contact point. It's just the highs, you know, from August, and the volume on those highs. Always look at the volume candles, guys. The volume on those highs, not as big as the volume here when it tested support. Let's simplify it. You're like, look at these squiggles. Let's simplify it here. Here's what I'm talking about. So, let's go. I was doing. So the volume here, these two big red candles happened essentially this, and the second one, when the price tested this really key level I'm trying to point out to you. And the volume here when it was resistant as well. So let's mark it up. This is the level I'm watching. Definitely watching that level. 28. Oh my God. I just threw up in my mouth. I just said 28.83 for Bitcoin. All right, so what does that mean? I mean, it could totally hold here. We definitely have support, but it's not as strong, I would think, as that level. I can't believe I just said that. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. Checking out the chat room. What do you guys think about that? You know, let's. So anyway, I've shown you the short term. I showed you the 15 minutes. I'm just going to blow my nose. I'm sorry about this, guys. Hold on. I showed you the 15-minute. I showed you the weekly. Let's go ahead and do some chart requests. That's probably what you guys are here for. I like doing that. I like to help you out. It's fun for me, fun for you. I'm going to go to a 12-minute chart. You can see I have a pretty big watch list. And what I do for Bitcoin Live a couple times a week, I'll create a video where I'll scan through every single play on the watch list just to kind of get a sense, you know, of, you know, just to find good plays and to teach you guys, you know, how to find good plays yourself. You know, anybody can give you a fish, but I like to teach you guys how to fish. I'm sure you've heard me say that before. That's why I created Cheds blog. If you haven't, go to chedstrading.blogspot.com. I created a free guide called the Complete Beginner's Guide to Cryptocurrency Trading. Trading.blogspot.com. I was getting so many questions. This is about 8 months ago that I was like, I gotta put something together. You know, everyone's like, what's a Bollinger Band and what's a pinch? So first request from the chat room, XRP, obviously. Gary, we got to do XRP. Daniel, quick question. Daniel's asking why do you look at the weekly versus daily for support? I feel like the daily, yeah, daily would give you more data points. I agree. But I would kind of show two extremes, Daniel. I was showing the 15-minute, and then I was showing the weekly. So I was just in this instance showing both extremes. And because I had based my thesis of a bottom on the weekly chart. Based on every show I had done, I was talking about the bullish divergence and the weekly support. So hopefully that will answer your question, Daniel. Let's get right into it. But XRP, ooh, 10K. It's kind of hot, huh? Look at the BTC pair. I want to pull up a USD pairing as well, just for its and giggles. Let's go ahead and do that. XRP and the XRP USD. Huh. So yeah, look at that. So it's like I was having this debate with Big Jonas. It looks like XRP is breaking out, but I mean, if you go, the dollar value is like, it's kind of still going down. It's crazy. Look at that. Like the dollar value, 55 cents, November 6th. And what are we doing here? Right? Like the chart is on fire, but you're losing money. What? Wow. That's crazy. That's kind of interesting, but it's not crazy if you think about it, because it's everything is Satoshis, you know? That's why the ideal environment for me is a sideways or a slightly uptrending sideways Bitcoin. That way altcoins can do their thing. Let's give you a little more detail here on XRP. 12-hour. Let's go a little tighter just because there's quite a bit of action here. I like the volume. I like the volume candles. I'm not really seeing any warning signs as far as divergences in the oscillators. We're kind of hugging the upper Bollinger Band. You see it pulled back to MA20 here a couple times. And we got this long-legged doji showing some indecision. But, you know, bulls are working on it here. They still have to deal with this high, and little less than halfway through this candle, so we'll probably end up here on this volume candle. So we'll have to wait and see. I would be watching this for continuation to see if it's really can hold, you know, the middle BB here, the MA20. Let's go to EOS for Crypto Bud Fox, my good buddy. Nice to see you. And for Pat Cash, let's check out EOS. Let's check that out. EOS, huh? Here on the 4-hour. Let's go 12-hour. That's how I like to look at it. So, EOS didn't hold the support I would have wanted it to have held initially, but everything flushed, pulled back to a more logical level, pulled back to support from September and middle of November. 12-hour, huh? EOS looks pretty good. Looks pretty good here. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's holding this support. We do have some tests, obviously. We have the lower highs. Pretty easy to mark off the lower highs on the chart. So, you know, what's going to give? It's going to have to, clearly it has support. I mean, let's just keep it simple, okay? Here's EOS. It's got support, like where it's supposed to have support, okay? And lower highs. What's going to happen? You tell me. I don't know. It's not overwhelmingly bullish. As you can see, there's a decent amount of capitulation. There's a decent amount of selling here. Definitely a tug of war. No clear winner in the direction, but I'd say slightly bullish. Let's go to... let's start from the top. Yeah, you guys want me to do the BCH pairs? Do I have them here? Let's do it here. Let's go to like 1 hour. BCH ABC. Not looking great on BCH ABC. Just going to kind of check it out here. I'm just trying to find support, and you lost this level. You're unable to candle close above that 230 level, kind of downwardly drifting. You can see here on the 1 hour how this green line, this EMA 8, has been resistance, and you're already kind of overbought here. Short-term stochastics, RSI is pretty weak, really no volume. Wow, SV though, ooh, capitulation. Look at that. What do we got here? Wow. People are dumping this one. Huh. And all this support's probably breaking, has broken, yeah. Wow, see, all that level initially found support all the way back in November 9th. Right? Looks like we're kind of losing that level. You definitely don't want to lose that after you already lost this level. And the bears are stepping up their game on this one. Does not look good. Let's go back to the watch list. Let's continue these requests. See a coin for huge. See a coin. Happy to do that one for you. See a coin. Let's hit auto again. What are we looking at? Let's go 12-hour. Not good for see a coin. I was watching this one. I had it marked. Lost support. Oversold, but you can see right here that the bears are controlling the trend. And, you know, I don't know. Who knows where support is at this point. Probably want to go out further if I was going to try to find support. I mean, there's really no support, at least on Bittrex. So I would just, you know, you got some support. Hold on. Yeah, like maybe, okay. You got some support around 47.50, but just you know, I don't like it. It doesn't look good. Let's put it that way. MTH for Nick Godfrey. Let's check out MTH. MTH. And once again, thanks for joining the show. I don't get a, you know, I don't really don't get a chance to do these all that often. You know, I do a lot of video updates of Bitcoin Live, but I'd like to try to do at least one of these once a week. I enjoy engaging with you, and a lot of you have been following me for years. I want to keep things going. MTH daily. Let's go 12-hour. I think, let me check my notes on MTH. Yeah, I was watching MTH. This came up in the watch list scan on Bitcoin Live. I was watching this level right here. I mean, look at this level. Pretty obvious. And I was watching to see what would happen after it regained it right there. And then resistance. So you can see, yeah, this really nice run. Kind of an evening star pattern right there. And the price pulled back. It was able to get above this line. So I was thinking, if, you know, I'm going to watch this. Now let's erase it so you can see what I mean. So I was just going to watch right here. And I was kind of saying to myself, if the price can hold support, you know, here, who knows what it can do, maybe even test in that area. I mean, that's a pretty good trade. That's how I think. You know, that's what I was looking for. It broke that. So, retesting this level, pretty important. You know, we went from the candle wicks now to the candle close. Work on an area where there's a lot of candle close support and resistance. It held here briefly. But this looks like it probably wants to break. You know, a little bit smaller candle body here than the prior candle, but I just don't see bulls stepping up, you know. I think it probably goes a little bit lower, maybe 550s short term. Just a guess. Raven Coin for sun-dried potato. Is that your real name? Let's check out Raven Coin. Raven Coin, sun-dried potato, 12-hour. Excuse me. So this is really popular a few weeks ago. Obviously, you can see why. And look at this loading here. This is what's interesting to me. And then right here. So all these people are underwater, right? All this volume. It's interesting. There's a lot of people who are underwater except for right here. Okay? I always look at the volume candles. And here. Question is, if these people took profit, are they buying the dip? What are they doing? We can see we have a Dragonfly Doji. Light volume. Decent volume Dragonfly Doji. Technically, it looks like we're forming a Harami cross with the prior candle, which would be a nice bullish signal, but it's weak volume. But it's an area of support, because it was your resistance and your support. So I could see it bouncing here. It doesn't mean it will, but I could certainly see it bouncing. Even if the downtrend continues, you could see it bouncing to like that, you know, like 550 area. But more importantly, to consider that all this volume this is really where the base is right here in this price range, this 260 to 400 range. So, you know, kind of keep that in mind on Ravencoin. If you bought really high and you're thinking about averaging down, I would wait. I would definitely wait for anything within these 3 candles here at a minimum. So that's going to be like 350s. What is ETP, Jake? I've never heard of that. Is that a new one? ETP? BTC? Okay. I've never heard of it. Let's check it out. Hey, you're welcome, sun-dried potato. ETP, I haven't heard of that one. Ugh, what happened here? Well, it's probably like Bitcoin. Look at that. Look at that. Let me just see something. A little bit like it, yeah. All right. I mean, that's something. I like the candle. Let's just zoom in. And I like this candle. It's a, can't really call it a hammer. It's definitely a long-legged doji. Small candle, but not, I mean, more of a, sorry, it's a high wave spinning top. Spinning top because it's got a small real candle body. And high wave because of the long upper and lower shadows. Let me see if I have something to show you so I don't sound like I'm making stuff up. So it's a high wave spinning top, right? 9 hours left. I'm not seeing any volume on this green candle, though. That's the problem. High wave spinning top. So I'm not seeing any. See how it's got like a decent little bounce, but there's no volume behind it. And yes, I know there's 9.5 hours left, but that's nearly 25% of the candle. So that would mean you're only going to have volume, you know, up to that level, which means bears are still in control, which means be really careful with this one. ETP, bears are still in control. Where are we? Yeah, I think this is just the first time that you're going to start to test this area of support in the 23 to 26, 27 range. Let's do maybe one more. ZRX for Adam. Let's check out ZRX. 89 hundo. I hold ZRX, full disclosure, in my cold wallet. That way I don't have to think about trading it. I trade everything else. Excuse me. Let's remove, I had to burp, apologize. So we have higher lows and we have lower highs. Just macro. High, lower high, lower high, high, low, higher low. Now we had a higher low here that we lost. Okay, fine, but we still have higher low. I don't know. Can we put in another one here? I don't know. Let's get in here and just kind of play with it a little bit. 12-hour chart. Oops. Let's just get a feel for it here. All right. So, I mean, obviously we like the candle, the hammer candle, but we want to see like a bullish. We would want to see a confluence. You want to see more than one signal. So it's like, is it a hammer at support? Right. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, okay, there's support here. Is there a lot of volume behind the hammer? Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Not a lot of volume behind the hammer. So bulls were not tested potentially as much as you might see given the length of the lower shadow. It's another clue. Is there divergence? Okay, a little bit of divergence in the RSI and the stochastics. You guys can see that. Oops. You guys can see the lower highs, sorry, higher lows in the oscillators here. So we have a little bit of bullish divergence. Okay. So that's 2 signals. We have the hammer and we have the bullish divergence. What's the OBV telling us? It's not like a straight capitulation. It's kind of hanging out there. So that's not bad. In theory, you know, we had a nice one here too. Look at that hammer. And we had a little bounce and this kind of tweezer top at MA20. So could be a short-term trade developing. The way you want to play a hammer candle is you wouldn't play on the hammer. In theory, value entries, you kind of want to look for like the retest of the hammer's range, somewhere in the middle of the hammer. It looks like it actually just did that. And this candle's 87.74. So, I mean, that's just something to think about. But overall, let's go daily. Yeah, we're approaching some important support on ZRX. So clearly, this is we had a nice double bottom here back in September, and we're really kind of in the early stages, I think, of testing that support. Let's jump back to Bitcoin. We're going to wrap it up on Bitcoin. I'm just happy you guys all joined me for the update. Just want to do a little update. We were talking earlier about the MA20, the brown line, how in this downtrend the price had been unable to break it. And we're seeing that here, MA20. And now a little bit of follow through. So the question is this a bull trap? What's going to happen? But it is notable that this is the first time we've broken the MA20 since, since $700, whatever we broke down from, since like, yes, $600-700 from here. So that's a 15-minute. You can see on the hour, 30-minute. You see in the 30-minute, you have the green line. It's flirting with coming and crossing. And let's see here. Yep, EMA 8. We're breaking above the EMA 8 on the 1 hour. Right? So that's kind of something. Double bottom RSI. But the volume's okay. Let's see what kind of volume there is in it. We're still halfway through this candle. So let's just kind of keep an eye on that. This could be in the early stages of a little bounce. But it's really easy to set up a nice little trap and to run it lower. So I think we want to watch. Let me give you guys something to gleam onto. All right. Yeah. This was what gives me caution, right? If I kind of zoom out, we've got the Harami here, but there's not a lot of volume behind it. We might end this candle with like maybe this much volume. So it would lead to kind of a false. It's not probably going to go bearish continuation then break down. So I would be careful here. And I'm going to kind of leave it there. I am Big Cheds. You can find me on Twitter at Big Cheds. Find me on YouTube at Cheds Trading. My good buddy is Chonas Trading. You can find him on YouTube at Chonas Trading and on Twitter at Big Chonas. And I have, of course, one of 6 teachers and analysts at Bitcoin Live, the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. You get access to all of our material, all of us. You just pay for one, you get access to all of it. I personally put out, I like to put out video updates in the morning sometimes. I put out educational pieces. I do a lot of alerts when the market's stabilized. Right now it's a little unstable, but once the market's stable, I put out alerts, and I think those have been having like a really good success rate. We've also recently, you can see our webinars, of course. You can, find out why I'm involved in this project. Finally, something that I can really be proud of, just a great educational platform. We've recently added a monthly option and a quarterly option. If you guys want to check that out before committing for a year, which is the best deal, of course. And with that, I just want to thank you guys for joining me. It was a lot of fun. Hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you all have a fantastic holiday. Big Cheds out.